Even though the role of a firefighter is to attend incidents, go to fires and rescue people, we'd much rather prefer to go to an incident where somebody's already stood outside than have to go in and physically rescue them. When home oxygen's involved in a fire, it increases the risk to everybody. Obviously, because the oxygen's there, it increases the heat of the fire, increases the intensity of the fire and how fast the fire spreads. This also can affect everybody in the near vicinity. It affects the neighbours, it affects the friends, the families of the person involved in the fire, and obviously the agencies that have to attend it as part of the emergency response. That's the firefighters, the support staff, and the ambulance and police crews that attend.
By its very nature, home oxygen equipment presents a fire hazard. We all know that oxygen supports combustion, increases the intensity of fire, and can ignite combustible substances. When you're talking about medical oxygen, which can be up to 100% pure, the effects are multiplied. And of course, the cylinders that the oxygen is stored in present a further risk. It's compressed gas. Any heating of the cylinders can cause a rise in pressure, leading to an explosion. Home oxygen users are being made aware of the risks and the action they can take to minimize them, as you'll have seen from the opening section of this DVD. And in this section, we'll be looking at home oxygen safety from a fire and rescue service perspective.
As an asthma officer, one of the tools that I use frequently is chem data. Chem data will list all known chemicals. Within this list is oxygen, and it shows that oxygen has properties of increasing the intensity of the fire, supporting combustion. It's stored as a compressed gas, and there is also the added danger that heated cylinders can explode, which is an added risk to firefighters. Liquid oxygen is stored in insulated containers, pretty much similar to a thermos flask. It's stored at a temperature of around -183 degrees C. If the frosted parts of the oxygen equipment or the liquid oxygen itself comes into contact with the skin, it can cause severe burns.
It's vital to know where oxygen is being used and about any disabilities a user may have. Not just so that fire prevention advice can be targeted at people who are at risk, but, crucially, so that if there is a fire in an oxygen user's home, firefighters have advance warning of what they may have to contend with.
As far as fire and rescue services, home fire safety visits or checks is concerned, the message to those that are delivering them is one of formulating a robust escape plan. Because the vast majority of these patients do have mobility issues, the fixing of a smoke alarm isn't going to help them escape from the property. What we would recommend is that a thorough and robust escape plan is formulated. Do they have a mobile phone easily available, and are they able to notify the neighbours if they do have a problem? Because realistically, if you're fixing a smoke alarm in a property where somebody has mobility issues, all that smoke alarm will do is make them aware that there's a possibility that they might die. What we need to do, as I say, is make sure that they have a robust escape plan so that if there is a fire, they can escape.
Over the last few years, home oxygen provision has become a lot more mainstream, and it's really important for all the stakeholders to share information.
I agree. I think with the increase in new technology, patients will have more equipment at home and mobile, and maybe it's second homes. We make sure that we've got a really good inventory, and all the relevant authorities clearly understand what equipment is there and how to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, all the technicians, they go and carry out their own risk assessments as they're going into the patient's homes, and if there's any concerns that they have, they will, in most of the cases, address it there and then. Where this is not possible, we will wish to escalate our concerns with prescribers, it may be with the fire rescue services or other stakeholders, really ultimately to reduce the amount of accidents that happen.
Within West Yorkshire Fire and Rescue Service, information is received to one team. That team disseminate this information, one, to our mobilising centre. The old information that is kept on a premises is removed, and the new information about the oxygen user is added. This enables crews responding to an incident in the area are aware that there's an oxygen user within that area and the added risk that that does imply. Patient information is also sent to the community safety team. They will then go out and carry out home fire safety checks, installing smoke detectors where appropriate. Those who are deemed at high risk, the information is passed on to our high risk team, where other agencies can become involved. Other fire and rescue services may use the data in a different way, but at the end of the day, we're all here to achieve the same. That's to give out advice, prevent fires from occurring, and to help keep people safe in the community.
Acquiring and sharing information is a key element in the national drive to reduce the incidence of fires linked to home oxygen use. Knowing what the risks are and who is at risk means we can target safety information at those who need it most and, in a worst-case scenario, mount an informed and effective response if fire should break out in the home of an oxygen user. For more information, or to join the many partners working together to reduce the risk to home oxygen users, please contact the supplier for your region. Information is a vital tool for firefighters. It can help us save lives.